Hi, so welcome to DCA. Today I am not here to discuss any kind of, you can say, exam announcement, test announcement or strategy. It's a general discussion, it's a general news. I try to collect it from the recent newspapers, and it's all about, something which you might listen, you might be happy to listen actually. Whenever you hear the word special forces, para forces, parachute regiment, kind of thrill you can feel, kind of current you can feel, you feel enthusiastic, you feel ecstatic, it's kind of excitement you have, and that reminds you of surgical strike, right? You might have gone through the movie Uri, and you found that about all those, you want to know all about that special para forces. Again, I am not going to tell you about that because you know better than me. Right? There is some news circulating around, there is some news in the authentic newspaper, in the defense articles of various portals, various newspaper about para forces training changed module, right? So parachute training, or you can say special forces induction mechanism as well as training is going to change as per the recent news. It's all set actually. As you have heard about the recent tour of duty, similar kind of thing we are going to see. That is, you can say that it's evolution, right? Things have evolved now. How the para or the special forces training are going to change. Government, or you can say that army is thinking about the change in the induction mechanism with a positive announcement of increase in the number of volunteers, right? They are going to intake more batches, more number of volunteers who want to serve in the special or the para forces. So that is, they have planned out, there will be around 500, in a year there will be around 500 volunteers who will be finally undergoing training for that, right? In 4 batches, of course, you can say that every third month we have one batch, that is in March, June, September and December, right? So what happened earlier, right? So what was the earlier process, or you can say that the current process which is going on, right? First, whoever volunteers who apply for that, whether it's officer or Jawan, they have to go through the PRTC 1 month basic training, right? Para Regiment Training Center in Bangalore. Then the phase 2 training which starts is generally assigned by the military secretariat, जो सचिवालय है Delhi में, that is signed by them, कि whether they are going to be airborne training or special forces training, right? Now, it is going to change now. How it is going to change? Now the proposal is, it should be a centralized training, right? Now, training is not to be abruptly, assigned. It should be based on the basic Voluntary Mechanism Act, SFTS. You must have heard about this training school, Special Forces Training School in Nahan. Nahan is in Himachal Pradesh. Now, they are also thinking out to shift this training school to Baklo. Baklo is also in Himachal, right? It's nearby actually. Now, so what should be the new steps? What is the new mechanism of, the recent, or you can say the evolved training? At first, whoever volunteers will apply for that, okay, I want to go for that training, they will be given 2 months prior notice to volunteer. Okay, so those whoever want, okay, you can apply XYZ, whatever is the mechanism, right? So they can apply 2 months prior notice. Step 2, then 1 week preparation will be orientation phase. What is all about this? What is our goal, etc., etc. That is, preparation module actually. Psychology module kind of, you can say. Then step 3, that will be 4-week selection and screening. Now the word screening is important because this is going to decide whether that person is going to be allocated for airborne or the special forces unit, right? At SFTS, that is Nahan. या फिर जो शिफ्ट हो रहा है बकलो में वहां पे, right? So 4-week selection, and then they will filter out. यहाँ से आपके पास they will be filtering out the different personnel involved in the training. Now step 4, which involves the 3-month basic. Now this is step 4, 3-month basic skill training, right? Now this training will be different for special and airborne volunteers. So यहाँ पे they have segregated out the things, and they will be undergoing 3-month basic training at the different theatres, right? Of course, the person who will be joining as a volunteer will be from different theatres, right? तो उनकी जरूरत क्या थी वो भी हम देखेंगे, right? So separate training for this guys. Then level 3rd training, right? Indirectly you can say that in the fine stage training, 4-week paratrooper training in Agra, paratrooping training school you have Agra mein, that is step 5. So this is the new mechanism, okay? Now again, this is not anything which is going to be asked in current affairs or something. It's just interesting news which came around, and I feel like I should share with you. You should know about our forces, right? Of course, the training is so tough, you know better than me actually, right? Now, what is the reason? Now, sometimes let's suppose if it is in general discussion, or you can say group discussion, or maybe during friendly discussions as well, when you talk with your colleagues, friends, or the nearby people, that okay, do you think that this was necessary? What was the need? So as per the government, now this is not my views. Whatever I have collected, it all from the defense articles from the leading newspapers, and the views are of leading defense personalities, that is maybe Major General or Lieutenant Generals. I collected out there. So some of them said that yes, the reason is cited as multitasking, that the person or the volunteer or the special forces volunteer should be able to perform multitasking. जैसे पहले क्या होता है, डेजर्ट थिएटर वाले डेजर्ट में यूनिट में काम करते थे, ऐसा नहीं है. Second, to work in conjunction, that means collaborative task. Okay. The third, to address shortfall of volunteers. Now this is one of the biggest reason actually, which is not directly told. Ki we as a nation right now needs more special forces, more specialized units. Right? You can see the tension which is going across the borders, as well as the other theatre commands. So that's why there was a need of more and more volunteers for this, or more and more specialized forces. So this is all which is going around in this news. There is no need to read anything else about it, because I collected it from 7-8 sources. Whatever is authentic one, Indian Express, The Hindu, or you can say some Twitter views shared by the leading officers of the Indian Armed Forces. I cannot name them because views are personal. Some of them are for the retired officers, right? I am trying to make your task easy about information. So collecting all this thing, you just try to learn and appear for the exams. All the best.